cosmetic acupuncture. In today's Be Well with TCL, Kelly shows us how it's finally given a Hastings woman the confidence she's always wanted.
This picture is pretty defining for Kelly Tatum because at 55 years old, she finally felt like she could post her very first profile picture on Facebook.
You didn't want to look your age.
Correct.
Your earthbound age. You wanted to look how you felt.
Yeah.
Right?
I still feel very youthful, and I still do a lot of youthful things, and I wanted to still portray that and get that glow back and feel confident. I think that was one of the number one things, is I wanted to feel confident again.
So we're going to do some points that help with the 11s.
And this is how she gained that confidence.
And then points along the ears, again, help to create kind of that natural facelift and draw everything up.
It's called Cosmetic Acupuncture.
Cosmetic acupuncture uses specific acupuncture points in the face to stimulate collagen and elastin and give you a natural facelift.
I feel like this is kind of a buzzy thing. We're hearing a little bit more about it. Has it been around for very long?
Well, cosmetic acupuncture has been around for thousands of years because it used to be used on the empress and the emperor's concubines, but they were the only people who got cosmetic acupuncture.
Really?
And now here in America, it's getting to be really big. It's very big over on the East Coast, and we're kind of bringing it here to the Midwest.
Sinya May, acupuncturist and owner of Healing Insight in St. Paul, says these tiny needles can actually plump up the skin, even tone down redness.
We use the acupuncture needles to create just a little bit of micro trauma in some very specific areas, and that causes your collagen and elastin to regrow and to fill in those areas.
When I think of acupuncture, I think of all over the body, but you chose to have needles put into your face.
Yes.
People think you're crazy for this?
Yes.
What's crazy is how for the past year, these tiny needles have been erasing her fine lines.
When Senya mentioned that she was doing this, it just seemed like such a better option than the invasiveness and the expense of doing regular cosmetic surgery. Yeah, I just didn't think I could handle that.
Are you seeing these crazy before and after photos that you've been, I mean, is this just amazing what's been happening?
It's amazing. I mean, everybody should do this.
Even the skin tone.
Her skin tone totally cleared.
Seeing those pictures was really, it was eye-opening, and I was very grateful that we went that route.
The effects from cosmetic acupuncture can last from 3 to 5 years, which is amazing, right? So you do 5 weeks of treatment and it lasts for years. I mean, you don't have to do this every 3 months or, every 6 months.
But what's so interesting is how relaxed Kelly got during her session.
I'm really fighting the urge to close my eyes and go to sleep.
The most amazing thing about it is once we do the acupuncture, everybody completely relaxes. By the time I've put all of them in, people they're just a puddle on the table. They're just like, okay, you can leave now. I'm gonna go rest. Like, it's really relaxing, which is surprising.
A relaxed mind and body and relaxed fine lines and wrinkles, I'd say a win-win all around.
Well, Senya May, our holistic health expert and the owner of Healing Insight, is here with us now. Senya, good to be with you.
Thanks for having me again.
Okay, so I want you to help explain this here. You were talking about treating essentially the underlying condition as opposed to like the topical symptom, I guess, that you see. So like if someone has redness, what's really going on there?
Well, if somebody has redness in their skin, they usually have inflammation someplace else in their body that we need to clear out in addition to working on their skin itself.
And then the same thing like bagginess, that's also associated to another internal problem?
Right, so bagginess, especially under the eyes, is usually associated with a digestive imbalance.
My goodness, so somebody could come in, we see this picture here, and then there are all these different spots, which a lot of folks just, you kind of want them to go away, you want to fix them. And so I just find it very interesting that you're looking into what is the actual thing happening inside of your body that causes that.
Right, so it goes beyond just a procedure that we're doing to your skin. We're looking at what is that underlying imbalance, what do we need to do to turn that around, because that's going to show up in your face.
So are you first asking a lot of those questions when a patient first comes in?
Yeah, so when somebody comes in, we do a full health assessment on them. So we want to know how their digestion is, their sleep, their stress level, what their moods are. And then we get a good picture of like, okay, internally what could be affecting them externally as well.
All right, I know that there are people out there right now and they're saying, but wait a minute, does it treat whatever they might happen to have or the issue that they don't really care so much for? So cosmetic acupuncture, what sort of things can it treat? A lot of people I know might wonder about the crow's feet.
Crow's feet are a really big issue that we see, and it responds very, very well to cosmetic acupuncture, because you may have seen in the demonstration we were doing on Kelly there that you could see we do quite a few points along the sides of the eyes. And the three most common conditions that we treat are crow's feet. We'll also treat a sagging jawline, because as you get older, gravity kind of starts to, you know, accumulate and starts to pull things down. So most women see a noticeable difference in their jawline. And then also dry, dull skin, which is, you know, so common this time of the year, right? The air is drying out, and we need to put our humidifiers on.
Rashini just asked for lotion right during the commercial break.
I did.
Shiny lotion back
So
there.
now, is this a replacement for Botox?
This is different from Botox. So Botox, you're just kind of like freezing some of the muscles. What we're doing instead is we're stimulating collagen and elastin production in the face. So it gives you a natural facelift without having to use any sort of chemicals or injectables.
Wow.
How many treatments does this take? We see a lot of cool before and afters here. How many times do they need to see you?
It's remarkably fast. So your collagen and elastin turn around in about 4 weeks. So we want to do a couple of treatments a week for 5 weeks until everything is completely regenerated.
And then how long does this last? Do they need to come in and see every 6 months or something like that?
You know, well, we typically recommend doing monthly maintenance, but the results from it can last 3 to 5 years. And that's a really long time when you consider it's only 5 weeks of treatment.
Yeah, no, that's great. But